on the important things. First thing is the cumulative frequency curve.
What is this for?
Chapter 2 recap.
Doesn't this make sense to do it before the quiz?
I recap now. This weekend you go and study. Okay, cumulative frequency curves always starts from 0 or at least starts from the y-axis. So 1 point here, then it goes up, and then it flattens at the largest point. So this will tell you the total number of people that participate in the study. Okay, so the vertical axis is always frequency. It tells you the number of people for a certain category. So in this case, let me make it 100 so that it's easy to count. And then this, depending on what we are talking about, so maybe I say this is your marks for math. Okay, so what we do is there's 4 quarters, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. But this one we don't use it at all. Okay, so this is your 25%. This is your 50%. We also call it your median. This is called your lower quartile. And then this is your 75%, which is your upper quartile. Okay, and then this one is your maximum point. Okay, so not so crucial. Okay, from this value, your upper quartile to your lower quartile, the difference between them gives you what? Interquartile range. So this tells you the spread of your data for the middle 50%. So how does this work? First is the first 25% of the people is here. So when you read, you are reading Q1 here. Okay, and then when we say 50%, it's the middle 50% of your data. It is over here. So this is about 50% of your people who participated. Okay, and then the 75%, maybe somewhere here. So we rarely look at the upper 25%. Okay, so when we take the difference, the middle 50% that we are talking about, okay, this one is my quarter 3, is between this here to here, this group of people. This is where I find my interquartile range. Okay, so first thing first, what does interquartile range tells me? What does interquartile range tells me? When I want to make an observation, what does interquartile range tells me? My consistency. So you must remind yourself, the smaller the interquartile range, the more consistent it is. Because if you squeeze this to become smaller and smaller, that means your data for the middle 50% very near each other. So the marks that they get is very consistent. But the larger your interquartile range, the less consistent your data is. Okay, what about median? What does it tell you? What does median tell you? Not average, what's the word? The performance. So how well you do, how heavy you are, how old you are, depending on what we are measuring. So median tells you your basic performance. Okay, depending on what you are measuring. So these are the two crucial things that they will like you to comment or compare between two classes. Okay, the next thing we learn is the box plot. Okay, box plot also has the few crucial points. So this one is your minimum, your Q1, your Q2, Q3, and then your maximum value. So interquartile range is here. Median is this value here. So it's the same 5 important points from your cumulative frequency curve. If I want to translate this, I can do the same thing, but just that my box plot is vertical, like this. Okay, can you see your box plot? It looks like this. Okay, your minimum, your maximum, your Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so the shorter the box, the more consistent your data is. And then this line, the bigger it is, the better the performance. So you all must know how to read. So the 2 important diagram is only cumulative frequency curve and box plot for chapter 2. Okay, the last thing we learn is when you are given a set of data, whether it's individual data or group data, we calculate 2 things: mean and standard deviation. So remember, from the right hand side, we calculate median and interquartile range. But for individual data or group data, we calculate mean and standard deviation. But they work the same way. Mean tells you your performance, and then standard deviation tells you your consistency. So you must use the right word for the right set of data. When we are here, you don't talk about median. We never measure median, we measure mean. Okay, and standard deviation. So just to help you recap, mean, we had the formula, sum of all your x divide by the total number of data you have. Okay, and then standard deviation, you should know how to key into the calculator by now. But the formula is this: sum of all the x squares divide by n. You minus your mean square, and then you take a square root. So this is the formula that is given on the first page. Okay, but if you don't want to refer to the formula, using calculator is perfectly fine. So in your test next Monday, I will test you 1 frequency table, 1 frequency curve, 1 box plot, okay, and then how to calculate mean, mode, median. So minimally 3 questions, minimally. Okay, make sure you can do, you revise. You in Sec 1, Chapter 13, you learn probability before. What is probability? Percentage. Okay, probability can be measured in percentage or fraction or decimals. Okay, that's true. What else do you know about probability? What else do you know about probability? You learned before. Other than fraction, any fraction is probability. Find the ratio of what? Is to find the chance of obtaining an outcome. Example. Marbles. How many blue marbles in the bag? Something like that. Okay, is to measure the chance of you getting something from a sample space. Okay, what else? What else do you know about probability?
It's a guess.
It's a guess, but it can be quite definite sometimes, right? Okay, what is the probability of having no chance in getting something? So there is, when probability is 0, there's no chance. Okay, there's no chance in you getting that thing. Okay, what is the highest chance you can get? That means you are very certain you are going to get this. 100%. But if it's not in percent, in numbers, what should it be? 1. So So your probability can never be beyond 1. It's between 0 and 1 inclusive. Cannot be smaller than 0. Cannot be bigger than 1. So this is a certain event. That means 100% this is happening. Okay? So smallest probability 0, biggest 1. So we can say that probability is between 0 and 1. We can say it's 100% or 0%, but cannot go beyond that. Okay, so these are the things that you have learned in Sec 1. Okay, in fact, you learn a formula, number of the event over number of the sample space. This was the formula you learned in Sec 1. Very simple ones. Like got how many ball in the bag, some are red, some are yellow. What is your chance of getting a yellow ball from the bag? Something like that. I'm so poor thing, you know, the teachers are so frame. Okay, never mind. Okay, what do you want to know about probability? These are all single events. Very clear cut. That means I just take okay, so she's saying that what if they complicate matters by, you know, adding things into the whatever thing that you have. Okay, there's changes to your sample space. Or what if they ask you to pick one after the other? Okay, or what if we want 2 events happening at the same time? So, how to calculate probability when there's more than 1 event? Aiyo. That's why. So we will learn about the different outcome. How do we calculate probability when there's more than 1 event? Okay, or when there is changes to the sample space. Okay, for example, we replace with replacement or without. Meaning, if you take something from the bag and you don't replace it back into the bag, it's called a without replacement problem. But there's also a scenario when after you take it, you put it back and then you try to get it again. So that's a with replacement scenario. So we are going to learn about these few scenarios. More than 1 event, okay, and then with replacement without. Okay, so what I have learned, we haven't learned yet, but these are the things that you are expecting in the chapter. Let's learn the very first one, possibility diagram. Okay, so like the word suggests, it is used to list the possible outcomes for 2 events. That means if 2 things happen at the same time, how do I list out all my outcomes? So for example, they say, I have 3 identical balls in each of the 2 bags. And bag A, the 3 ball, they are labeled 1, 3, 5. So this is bag A. And then in bag B, I have 3 balls also, but the numbers are labeled -1, 0, and 1. So this is the 2 scenario I have, and then I'm going to pick 1 ball from each bag at the same time. Okay, so what is the outcome? First thing first, when I list out the outcome, I'm going to choose where I start from. So let's say this is my bag A, this is my bag B. I will pick 1 from bag A and then -1 from bag B. So how I can list it out is I will list it out as a pair coordinate. That means bag A is 1, bag 2 is -1. Second, I pick 3 from bag A but still -1 from bag B. So go and list out all the possible outcomes you can get. Okay, you will realize that there is actually a total of 9 possible outcomes. Okay, why 9? Because there's 9 of them here. So possibility diagram is one way you can list out all your outcomes. Okay, then they say this word. I'm going to add up the numbers of the 2 ball. Okay, so if you go and add up the numbers from the 2 ball here, you will have 0. Okay, this one you can just write with pencil or a different color pen so that you know what is the sum of the 2 numbers. Easier for you to do calculation later. So this is 4. 1. Okay, I widen it. Can you what? Oh, okay, can. Okay. This is 3. 5, 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so we sum up all the numbers that you see on the ball and then total up the scores. Okay, why you want to do that is because later it will be easier when you do calculation. So now they say, can you find the probability that the sum is lesser than 4? How many of them are lesser than 4? Which one is lesser than 4? This one? Why it's not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 9 of them. That's all. So as long as you do your possibility diagram properly, right, then your calculation will be easy. Okay, then they ask, what is the probability that the sum is a prime number? Prime number means what? Numbers that has 2 factors only, 1 and itself. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. So if you look for prime numbers, you have 2, 3, 5. So 4 of them in total. So probability that sum is prime, 4 out of 9. Okay, we usually leave your answer in fraction or decimal, rarely percentage unless they ask. Yeah, Sam? What is? 1 is not prime because prime only has 1 factor, 1 and 1, which is 1 only. So you need 2 factors. So 1 is not prime. The smallest prime starts from 2. Yes. To wake you all up?
Candy, I'm so good.
Candy, maybe candy. Chocolate heaty. Okay, I hope you find it manageable. Let's look at the second one.
At this point, bring an espresso machine.
Okay. Yeah, some of you still copying.
We have like a 3-minute break.
So fast. Okay, one more question. Okay, one more question. I give you a short break. Short one.
5 minutes.
Not yet. Okay, I question ask you to sum. Yeah, so done or not? This one. I have 2 unbiased 6-sided dice. Unbiased meaning there's an equal chance that you can get each of the number. In casino, right, some of the dice is biased because there's certain face, right, they make it heavier. So it's highly likely that you can get that number easier than the others. One of the face could be heavier. You know, they can cheat in certain ways. Okay, but anyway, they say 6 unbiased dice were thrown together and the product of their resulting numbers were calculated. So now they do product. That's why they put a multiply here. So first outcome is 1, 1. So the product of these two is 1. Second outcome is 2, 1. So the product of these two number is 2. So you keep doing this. 3, 1. 4, 1. 5, 1. Okay, some of you may ask me, can I don't write the coordinates? Okay, it's better to write because sometimes the question, right, they will ask you questions about one of the number. Okay, so it's better to write so that you don't have to undo the whole thing again. Okay, so this one is 1, 2. 2, 2. 3, 2. Okay, keep doing this. They give you 2 marks for completing the possibility diagram. So it's worth your effort. 3 marks. Okay? Then you can try to answer the question below. Why multiply? Because the question says they want you to find the product. Just now we refer to the question to see what they want you to do. Product because they ask you to multiply. Okay? So they say, can you find the probability that the product of the two number is even? So go and look for all the even answers. So here are the even ones. Go and locate all. Okay, if you miss out the counting, then I cannot help you. This one you just need to be very careful and make sure you get it correct. So all the 10, 20, 30, all even. Okay, so the total number of outcomes, you know, is 6 by 6. So total is 36. So how many of them are colored? Or you can see how many non-colored ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 not colored. So you minus off 9 is 27 out of 36. So the probability that product is even is this one, 3/4. If you don't like fraction, you can give me decimal, but don't give me percentage unless the question asks. Okay, so probability can do one. The only chapter that is difficult is vectors, but only the last part. The last part, yes. How do you know? Because you look at all, you can count all the outcomes you have, or there's 6 rows here, 6 columns here. 6 by 6 is 36. Yeah, you see how many pairs of coordinates you have? You should have 36 of them. Okay, next one. I want that the product is less than or equals to 10. So go and pick those that are less than or equals to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's all right. Yeah. So 19 out of 36. Okay, you can press calculator and see whether can simplify or not. If not, this is the answer already. Make sure your final answer is the most simplified answer. Huh? If not, you lose the mark. Okay, last one is prime numbers. I want product to be prime. Okay, the product is prime, starts from 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no more. So 6 out of 36. So 1/6 of them. So you see, it's a careful game. You just be careful, count the right numbers. Then you are okay. Like that, one question, 5 marks already. Okay, let's have a quick, short 2-minute mental break. 2 minutes. 1 minute also calculative. Why you put the bottle there?
Which one is like you like that? Whenever you see the lesson and then you say, wow, you did that. One last question, one last question.
Horrible, yes, toilet. Okay.
Later can go already.
Why?
I got duty.
Okay, got duty can.
You know last time we got recess duty. At least still have recess duty same place.
But 1 month more you step down already, right? One last month. Until April, right?
Week 3 is the speech day, right?
So after speech day.
After speech day, but I still got duty.
After speech day still got duty.
Morning duty no more, only the recess.
Oh, like that one.
Rice.
Vera, you resting or you sleepy? Okay. Okay, if you are very sleepy, go and wash your face.
What is the roundy one?
Silence, you learning, right? Okay, good.
I feel like it's not supposed to.
See our notice board a bit.
Like, no, like if
Why our notice board like that? Jamil, see our notice board like very poor thing like that. Patchy. Like dropping off already. Like the
It's our class. We're all up.
Then who's the one who put the tape? Like poor thing, we cannot even hold one paper together. Must use scotch tape.
It's like our bond like that. Whatever it takes to go faster. Why not you get us tape? Everything.
Stapler lah.
No, we tape each other. That way you will never have to worry about anything.
Cannot imagine my kids becoming teenagers.
Imagine you having to raise your kids when you're already raising 30 more people.
Yesterday my son say, what did he say? He say something about talking sense to him. Then I say I can't talk sense to my father because he's old and not listening already, right? But you still got hope, so I'm talking sense to you. Then my son say not fair. I must also treat him like gong gong like that. I really don't understand the fairness talk by all of you. Everything also not fair. Very difficult. Okay, 3 minutes already. My son.
Can you show your family photo?
Why?
We don't want to see any.
I have 1 year. So you see here, not X, it should be a product multiply. So I list out my outcomes. I get 1, 1, 4, 1, negative 2, 1, and 3, 1. So finding the product would be 1, 4, 2, I mean negative 2 and 3. So you repeat the same thing. So 1, 4, 4, 4, negative 2, 4, and 3, 4. So go and find the product. All this you should be very good at it. I shouldn't have any worries about you getting it wrong, huh? Thicker pen. Okay, I thicken it. Then 3 minus 2. Okay, so you get minus 2, minus 8, 4, minus 6. Wake up, Kiran. Why are you so tired? Yeah. How?
Like Madam Hafsa,
What?
she make us go on the board and
Yeah.
answer the question.
Oh, okay. Next one I ask you to go out, huh?
Every lesson, that's all we do.
Go out and answer lah.
She went to her teach us. Then she just sat there and watched a YouTube video. Very funny,
I
right?
don't even remember that because I wasn't paying attention.
Why am I hearing all this? Okay, calculate. So make sure you get all this correct. Okay, I ask you a question. Now that Mrs. Koi is back, have you all have a reality check? I beg her, you know, I asked her to give you all more chance for homework. So please, Okay, first question. Kiran, find the probability that the product is less than 10. What's the answer? How many less than 10?
Thank you.
How many of the outcome is less than 10?
12, 9,
Less than 10 negative outcome.
13
10
More than 10. 13 out of how many?
4 times.
4 times 4, so 16. Okay, good. Okay, at least, this is the one that you need to look at the coordinates, the pet outcome. So they say at least one of the number is even. At least one means both can be even also. So, Jamil, I almost call you Watson. Jamil, which are the one that at least one of them is even? I give you an example. This one, I have 1, 4. Negative also can be even. Which are the even ones? You tell me. I highlight for you. 16. This one 4, 4. Okay, and the 12. Where? Oh, here, this one. You must jump here and there. Which one? One, 4, 2. Or this one. Talk to me in human language.
Yes.
This one. Okay, then.
And the one below also.
Okay. Some more? Okay. This one. Okay, in fact, the whole column, all got even number. Some more? 12 and negative 6. Okay, if you look carefully, at least one is even, we will take. Both even, we also take. So total how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of 16. Don't give me this as your final answer. simplify as 3/4. Okay, easy, ah? Okay, do question 4 on your own now. Totally on your own. Okay, before we check. Let's just finish this one, huh? What is the chance that I get at least one tail? So many need to go do duty. At least one tail means this one, 2 also can. Yeah, so 7 out of 8 possibilities. So I have 7 chances. Okay, alternatively, there's another way to look at this. I can find all the possibility, which is 1 whole, minus the probability that there's no tail. It is the same outcome. That means I just use 1 whole minus probability that no tail, which is this 3H. I will also get 7/8. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, last one. 2 head and 1 tail. They never specify what is the order. So as long as you have 2 head and 1 tail, you want. So 2 head and 1 tail. 2 head, 1 tail. 2 head, 1 tail. That's it. No more already, right? Yeah. So probability that you get 2 head and 1 tail is 3 out of 8. Okay, so it's all about counting, listing out, make sure you don't make careless mistakes. Okay, so quite manageable, I hope. Okay, so now, right, okay, this one, you do as homework. You try on your own at home. All the outcome listed out for you already. You just have to do the same thing as what I did just now. So example 2, you do as homework. Can we look at example 3 together? Okay, look at example 3 together. I have a bag. Bag A has 4 chips. So each of the chip is like coin like that, huh? So 1, 3, 5, 7. So bag A has these 4 chips. So these are my 4 outcomes from bag A. Then I'm going to draw from bag B. Bag B has 3 different chips, which is 2, 4, 6. So can you see it keeps repeating? Okay, so write down all the outcome. Okay, it's like your possibility diagram, but you do it in branches form. Okay, and then they say, can you sum up the numbers on the 2 chips? Just go and add it up. Okay, if it's difficult to see, you can draw lines. Okay, what is the chance that the sum of the 2 chips is 7? Sum is 7. So first you must count how many possibilities you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 outcomes. So which are the ones that are 7? 1, 2, 3. So 3 out of 12, which is 1/4. Okay, very clear cut ones. Okay, then I want the sum to be odd. So odd numbers, look for the odd ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or in fact all odd. So all the sum are odd numbers, so it's 1 whole because 12 out of 12 outcomes. So what is the probability that is even? Just 0. So you realize that all these will add up to 1. Okay, go back, just try example 2 on your own. And then next Monday, expect a test on chapter 2. And then we will learn 3.2 and 3.3. Okay, those who owe me homework, give me tomorrow, although there's no math lesson. You need to